And the NSC, Willie, says a story that was published in The Atlantic claiming its editor-in-chief was included on a text chain with cabinet members and high-level officials about military action in Yemen appears to be authentic. What more are we learning?
Yeah, this is a wild story coming from The Atlantic. As you mentioned, the editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, was included on this signal chain, this signal text chain. I want to put out part of the statement that the NSC spokesperson Brian Hughes sent. He said, at this time, the message thread that was reported appears to be authentic, and we are reviewing how an inadvertent member was added to the chain. He then goes on to say this thread is a demonstration of the deep and thoughtful policy coordination between senior officials. Now, included on this text chain were reportedly Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, Mike Walls, who initiated the chain, according to this report in The Atlantic. That included that reporter on there as well. And now the reason why this is a really interesting story is because the information that was shared on that chain, sensitive information, operational information about the attack on the Houthis in Yemen before it happened. This reporter found out before it happened. He initially didn't believe that this was the case, that these government officials could potentially be sharing this information on a publicly available commercial app, not a government communication system, which is typically the case. But nonetheless, this really opens the question as to whether or not it was legal or to do so, because there are questions about the federal laws that prohibit the sharing of information in this type of manner, everything from the Espionage Act into destruction of records, because some of the messages on here were set to disappear. And when you're sending messages that has to do with government officials, government types of things like this, they have to be stored for future generations to potentially see, even if they're sensitive, classified information, Lindsay.
Okay, Willie James Inman, thank you.